She's actually one of the names tangled up in those same lawsuits. Yeah, you heard that right. She's not just another critic with Mike. She's one of the people actively suing the village of Dolton, and she still hasn't seen a single dollar. Yet out of nowhere, she pops up saying, I don't know about y'all buying this house. Some of us are still waiting on money. Oh, really? Now it's a problem? Before we dive in, smash that like button, hit subscribe, share this video, and drop your thoughts in the comments, because I want to hear exactly where you stand on this. So here's the setup. The village of Dolton just held a board meeting, and the spotlight was locked on one thing: buying a childhood home of the newly appointed pope. And not just any pope, the first American pope in history. That's Dolton's brand new claim to fame. The meeting was supposed to be simple. Vote on the purchase, talk about why it matters, and how it could reshape the town's future. Everything was smooth sailing until one speaker grabbed the mic. But before we break that down, let's rewind for a second. A local reporter had already laid out the backstory. Dolton struck a deal with two developers who bought and renovated the Pope's old home, long before he ever became Pope. And here's the kicker. On that same day, roofers from Windy City Construction were out there installing a brand new roof for free. They volunteered their time and cash to make it shine. But even with that blessing, the village board still plans to buy the property. And they're keeping the final price under wraps till next week. All we know, it'll be higher than the $199,000 asking price, but lower than that $1 million dream they once floated. And don't forget, this wasn't a clean deal to begin with. There was already legal smoke in the air. The village even threatened to seize a home through eminent domain. And people were like, seriously? Eminent domain? For this? Why not just market a historic landmark like every other city does? That's how you protect a property, without snatching it. The developers called the move flat out illegal. So this new purchase feels like the middle ground. Skip the court fight, agree on a number, and let Dolton officially take ownership. Meanwhile, tourists are already pulling up. Even during the meeting, folks were stopping by to snap pictures of the Pope's old house. The plan now? Turn the entire block into a historic district. Then came the real moment. A woman took the mic, and you could tell right away. She wasn't there to celebrate. At first, she tried to sound calm, composed, but her voice shook. She rambled about random issues, told unrelated stories, name-dropped a few people she met around town, then suddenly jumped in to talk about banks, foreclosures, and whether the Pope's house would even make money. Then she pivoted again, saying she just wanted to know how this deal helps taxpayers. And right there, she slid in a slick jab about the village's unresolved lawsuits. It was messy, it was shaky, but through the chaos, her real motive started showing. She kept saying she was just asking questions, tried to sound neutral, like she only wanted clarity. But come on, everyone in that room knew what time it was. The answer to her question was obvious. Tourism. That's the whole point. That's how towns build revenue. Think about it. People drop thousands just to take selfies at Disneyland. Same logic here. You build a tourist spot around the Pope's house. Money flows in, businesses grow, and the village finally breathes again. But she was acting like she couldn't see the bigger picture staring her in the face. And then boom, there it was. She finally admitted it. She's one of the people suing the village. She hasn't been paid yet. And just like that, she's suddenly against a deal, saying, I don't think this is a good idea. Y'all still folks like me. Now it all clicks. That's why she's here. This wasn't about civic duty or taxpayer fairness. It was about her check. Straight up conflict of interest energy. Imagine someone owes you money, and instead of paying you back, they go buy new Jordans for their kid. You'd probably throw shade like, do they really need those right now? But deep down, you just wanted $20. That's what this was. She says it's not personal. But baby, it's personal. She was up there pretending to care about village spending, but everyone could see through it. That bitterness was loud. Her voice cracked, her point stumbled, and at one point she even said, Hi, I'm coming one of them. Like what? Sis, you meant I'm one of the people suing, but the nerves ate you alive. That's what happens when you stand up trying to check others while your own name's sitting in the same courtroom files. Because here's the truth. You can't stand in front of a microphone talking about taxpayer accountability when your main goal is getting your own payout. That's not transparency. That's self-interest. The bigger vision here is way larger than one lawsuit. If Dolton invests in that block, adds small businesses, maybe even a boutique hotel, this could turn into a legit tourist destination. Visitors come in, cash circulates, and the local economy finally breathes again. They've already bought another house on that block to start renovations. This isn't about one building anymore. It's about legacy, pride, and progress. At that point, her speech wasn't just unraveling. It was falling apart in real time. If she wanted to keep it real, she could have just walked up and said, "Look, I've got a lawsuit. I see y'all spending money. Where's mine?" Simple, direct, honest. But instead, we got 12 straight minutes of ghost payrolls, sewer conspiracies, and half-baked rants that led absolutely nowhere. The crowd wasn't laughing because it was funny. They were laughing because it was painful. This is what happens when ego grabs the mic suddenly. The conversation shifts from progress to pity, from the Pope's house to phantom paychecks with legs. And she just kept going, pivoting from sewers to flyers, saying the village needs money for printing, when the real issue is folks just need to move their cars, so the street sweeper can actually sweep. Then she dragged the fire department into it, talking about fans. After that, leash laws. But the cherry on top was when she said she doesn't want to tell people she wants to kick their dogs. Like, ma'am, what? Who says that at a town meeting? And after 12 chaotic minutes, her big closer, her mic drop moment, was just, "Come on now." That's it. 12 minutes of confusion, ending with "come on now." It was giving, "I forgot my point halfway through." Thankfully, the trustees didn't take the bait. She walked in with that crab-in-a-barrel mindset. If I can't have it, nobody else should. That kind of toxic energy that stalls progress, that keeps towns stuck in the mud, that drains potential faster than any sewer line she mentioned. But Dolton didn't fold. They pushed forward to the vote. And right after, Mayor Jason House made it official. He stood firm, saying the board made the right call. Not for politics, not for PR, but for taxpayers, for legacy, and for Dolton's future. And he was right. The village didn't even drop the full bag at once. They locked in a financing deal with Wintrust Bank, basically a mortgage setup. The bank covers the upfront. Dolton pays it down over time. Smart, strategic, sustainable. And they're not stopping there. They're already eyeing another fixer-upper on the same block to restore and expand the historic district around the Pope's home. Because that's the play. That's the vision. People from around the world will come to see the house. And when they do, it won't just be about faith. It'll be about pride, progress, and proof that Dolton can evolve. Even reporter Dane Placco said it. This was the right move. And honestly, thank God. Because if you can't recognize a blessing this big, you might as well crawl into that disappearing sewer she mentioned. Me? I'm not ghost hunting for lost paychecks. I'm chasing growth. I'm chasing change. I still believe in progress. And one thing's for sure, Mama believes in you. Mama loves you. Peace.